Congratulations, Sgibs here for another exciting edition of Not Your Den. It's not your mom's den, it's not your dad's den, but it is the Mad Den, aka the Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show about Madden football. 2011, EA Sports. Back to talk Oakland Raiders, back to talk the most dangerous team in the game on both sides of the ball. Kinda. Offense, we do know they have that speed, but defense, hands down, best in the game. Offense, they can make plays for you. They'll frustrate you at times, but they can win you games. They have a lot of breakaway speed, a lot of big play potential. To get things started today, we'll go over a couple shout-outs out to Megatron81, a guy I talked to yesterday. Excuse the name, I Farted PH. That's his name. Talking to Chill, talking to Saints XXX. And also to Matt Hagen, who's been a lot of YouTube, a lot of post messages there. So Matt, head on over to the forums, head on over to MaddenBible.com. Check us out there. Today, though, continuing our Oakland Raiders breakdown, we're going to talk a little bit more about the defensive side of the ball, a defensive formation I really like. So we're going to talk a lot about the nickel strong from the Oakland Raiders playbook, and we'll show you how we like to bring some heat from that with a good formation package from the nickel strong. So today our play versus play breakdown brought to you by GoMadden.com. Head on over there, check them out, see what they're all about. Good things going over there. We're going to compare our secondary McFadden versus Ware in our secondary because in my scheme that I run, I put them at free safety. Now what I like to do is compare between both of them. They're very similar players, but one of the two brings something a little bit more to the table that the other doesn't. So McFadden comes at 93 speed, 93 agility, and a 90 acceleration. He also boasts an 82-man coverage and a 73 press. That's solid for a guy that's rated as low as he is. A 49 catch and a 39 tackle, so he is abysmal in the run game. Also, he can't catch anything. You could throw him a bag of flour and he'll probably drop it. Johnny Ware, on the other hand, 92 speed, 88 agility, and a 90 acceleration, mixed in with a 73-man coverage and a 60 press. Again, not that bad, not too shabby, but he has a 59 catch and a 52 tackle. The tackle, to me, is more important because even though it's really low, it's a lot better than the 39 that McFadden brings to the table. Now, I know you're saying, well, you can use Mike Mitchell in the at free safety, and I understand that. So I put Mike Mitchell at free safety for run situations only. But in coverage situations, I'm trying to run around the field and make plays. One spot on my depth chart left to play, I'm going with Ware. Reason for it is because McFadden is a better fill-in player in case another guy goes down or gets hurt or gets tired. McFadden steps in very nicely with his good man coverage rating and a press rating over Ware. Ware also is a better free safety in the fact that he has better tackling and better catching ability, which will help me both in the run game and in trying to play some coverage defense with him in the secondary. So I will go with Ware. We'll sit McFadden, keep him on the bench to fill in the depth charts. Next on our user cut and computer segment is brought to you by MyMaddenPad.com. Check out Shopmaster over at Twitter. He's at Shopmaster on Twitter. Make sure you follow him, check him out, and do a lot of good things there. He is an EA Sports game changer, so he does have the connections. You want to check him out and see what's going on there. We're going to talk about our boy Namdi Asamugowago. Again, still pronouncing that wrong. Chris Johnson and Stanford, I didn't go to Yale, Routt. And these three guys here we're going to talk about. Namdi is 93 speed. You know, he's hands down the best cover corner in the game. Him or Revis, maybe Cromartie throw in the mix. Maybe both Cromarties actually. But Namdi's got 94 agility, 94 acceleration, a 70 catch, 99-man coverage. That means, you know, you go to the zoo, he's going to be covering you. If you go to the grocery store, he's going to be covering to you. If you go to your girlfriend's, he's going to be covering you. If you go to school, he's going to be covering you. So wherever you go, he's going to be following you. He's going to be covering you. So watch out. 94 zone coverage as well. So if you put him in space, he will play his assigned area extremely well. Chris Johnson, 6'1", 97 speed. So he's got speed for days. 90 agility, 95 acceleration, 55 catch, 78 man coverage, and a 70 zone coverage. So if you notice, McFadden actually has a better man coverage rating than Chris Johnson. Just think about that. Stanford Routt. Stanford, I didn't go to Yale. Routt, 6'1", 95 speed, 89 agility, 94 acceleration with a 60 catch, 76 man coverage, and a 72 zone coverage. Don't want to do it because he's a great player, but I'm going to have to cut Stanford, cut him, send him to Yale, and then I'm going to have to computer Namdi just because he's that damn good. Chris Johnson, we're going to use him at 6'1", 97 speed. We're going to user him all over the field, just make huge plays, take advantage of that 6'1" frame, that 97 speed, just make plays with him. Let's get into some depth charts. I want to talk a little bit more about the depth chart on the Raiders, because a lot of guys, they are that #1 team to use in the game for defense. We can get a little bit into depth charts, and then we'll get into our breakdown from the nickel strong formation. So let's get the camera set up. Alright, so guys, if you guys use the Raiders, I want each one of you to post a message and say, I use the Raiders, because I want to see how many people actually use them. I know a lot of people talk about using them, but they are a difficult team to use on offense. They do have some great playmakers on offense, but overall, they are a tough team to use on the offensive side of the ball. But we're going to take a look at what we can make them work out of here. So when we go to look at their depth chart, I always like to think and consider a dime formation that we're going to run, or a 46 speed package. So what we want to take a look at specifically is a strong safety, a free safety, 4 defensive backs, 1 middle linebacker, 2 defensive tackles, and 2 defensive ends. That's what we really care about, and that's what we have our depth chart set up as. So as you can see, I have my boy Jeremy Ware. I think I called him John before. That's okay, he's a no-namer. We'll put Jeremy Ware at free safety. Back him up with Michael Mitchell and McFadden, the last spot. Our strong safety, our boy TYVON Branch from UConn, the real U. We'll go to our defensive backs. We have obviously Namdi, we have Chris Johnson with his 97 speed. Wild card, I throw Michael Huff in there because if you go over and look at Michael Huff, he's probably potentially maybe our second best option at defensive back. So he has an 82-man coverage, 84 zone coverage, and a 63 press. So he's also 6'1", he's got good speed, he's got better agility and acceleration than Chris Johnson or Routt, but Johnson has that breakaway speed, so downfield he can just hang with guys. So I do like to keep Johnson there, put Huff at 3, Routt at 4, McFadden at 5. I mean, you're going to be able to play defense with these guys. That's it. Middle linebacker, we like to put Thomas Howard at middle linebacker. Back him up with our boy ROLANDO McClain. He is a playmaker as well. Howard, though, will be able to defend halfbacks out of the backfield a little bit better than McClain. Maybe consider subbing in McClain on those rundown situations. Get McClain on the field and go from there. Look to shut down the run from there. D tackles, we have Richard Seymour, and I like to put in Trevor Scott because I like to drop guys into coverage a lot. And Scott just a better option than big boy John Henderson. Another option, though, is in run situations, sub in Henderson for Scott. Maybe even sub Kelly in for the 3rd spot. Come out in goal line formation. You got a lot of beef on the field. You really be able to defend the run well. Defensive end, we put Cameron Wimbley. As you can see, 97 overall, so he is a stud muffin there. Quentin Groves, he's a beast too at defensive end. He's a linebacker, so you can see the subs we made there. So again, just check those out. See if your depth chart looks a little similar to mine. It probably should be, maybe a few dink and dunk changes here and there, and go from there. So, from the nickel strong formation, just in case anyone didn't know, this is show number 36. This is MaddenBible.com. I'm Sgibs. You can follow me on Twitter right there at Sgibs7 for more information. Again, show number 36. This is the Mad Den, guys. I also want to make another note that the Patriots did win this week, as you can see, and their record is 4-1. My prediction was 13-3. So I feel pretty confident where I'm going. I know you guys are probably going to say, oh, you're a Homer, Tom Brady fan, whatever. But you know what? Hey, we got the rings to prove it. I think we're probably the best team in the NFL. Anytime you have Tomas Brady chucking the magic bean around, I feel pretty safe and pretty confident to say we're the #1 team in the NFL. And if you guys disagree with me, it's too bad. I'm right. So, the play we want to take a look at is from the nickel strong formation. It's called the NB Blitz. Now, typically we'd be coming out in a 46 formation or a dime, oddling down, but for the sake of this play, we're just going to come out in nickel strong and show you how we like to set it up. So, a couple different ways we can do this. We can get good A-gap pressure by sliding the line out and then global blitzing our linebackers as so, and then stacking our middle linebackers in the A-gap. Next we want to do is blitz both D tackles down, contain one of our defensive ends, and spy the other. Next step is the blitzing defensive back on the edge, who's Michael Huff. We're going to take him off his blitz assignment, and we're going to user him in coverage. So once you see that, this is what the play will look like. We're bringing A-gap Pete, so this is a play that a lot of people use, is stick. So here's the play.
This is very similar to what a lot of people will do. And keep in mind that one guy is uncovered from this play, and you want to make sure you spy that one guy. That one guy is the halfback. So what I'm looking for is maybe a quick route in the flat. Maybe I'm looking for a quick streak route, something along those lines. And that's what I'm going to be trying to use or defend. So here's the play. Here's the pressure. I am sliding, protecting down. I'll show you right there. I'm doing it right there. So that was my slide protect down. Here's the play. Pressure comes up the middle. And as you can see, that's the heat that you can expect to bring with the nickel strong A-gap pressure. We'll go and show you that one more time. So here you can see we're overloading the middle spot of the field. Our contain is going to drag away the right tackle, so it's forcing the left tackle to recover, which is just a very hard play for that tackle to make. So you can see everyone's covered, everyone's manned up. There's really nowhere for the ball to go. It's just a very, very, very tough play. Now, what else we can do with the nickel NB blitz here is we can slide our defensive line left. And then we can leave Huff on his blitz, make Seymour and put him on a contain, your D tackle, put your defensive end on a spy. Now this time we're going to be using McClain, and we're going to cover him in coverage. He's the guy that was in the yellow zone. So now, you know, it looks a little different. They maybe expect that this pressure is coming. The thing is, you always want to try and change up your pressure. So maybe you hit him with the A-gap once, hit him with the C-gap next time, and here's what that looks like. I mean, look how quick that was. Still completed the play. But the important is we're rushing 3, dropping the rest in coverage. Everyone's manned up, and look how quick that pressure got there. That pressure is quick. That is quick pressure, guys. Other things we can do from this formation. This is something I'm messing with right now. So if we come out in a cover 2, slide our line left, double A gap, stack them over here, which is a little bit different. Stack them in this. It's very similar to what the A gap looks like, but we're going to attack the B gap. And then what I like to do is contain Scott and spy Wembley, and then use our safety here. So now they have to respect the C gap heat off the edge, and they also have to respect this B gap heat. So again, they're in a tough situation. So you know, maybe they're going to think that it's C gap here when we're really bringing this double B gap, as I like to call it, because that's ultimately what we're doing. We're throwing a double B gap blitz. So here's what it'll look like. Double B gap right there, and I mean I completed the pass, but again, what we want to show you is look at the pressure. Pressure came. It looks very similar to the A gap. We're sending 4 at 3. Left side of the line gets confused by our contained spy little scheme there, and then we shoot a guy through the B gap. Now at the same time, if they get cute and they try and protect that B gap, what we're going to do this time is we're just going to send the C gap. So slide our line left, leave Huff there, contain Seymour, spy Groves, and what we're going to do is just put Branch in there and sit here with McClain, but we're going to use them. So now they might think the B gap heat's coming, but then we hit them with the C gap once again, and we get the pressure, we get the batted ball down. That's how we're going to work that scheme. There's a lot more into it we can talk about tomorrow's show. I am Sgibs. I am the hostess with the mostest. This is not your den. It is not your brother's den, but it most certainly is the Mad Den, a.k.a. the Laser Show. You and me together. A whole lot of you with only a little bit of me. We're changing the Madden community, aren't we?